Hello fam, I did a 3-day cruise aboard Carnival Liberty. And so these 3-day cruises, they call it the booze cruise or a weekend cruise. And so whatever you call it, all I know is Carnival tries to pack it with fun. That's why they call it the fun ships. And so therefore I did a full ship tour. And so when you get a chance, go and check out my video on my full ship tour. And so I want to talk about the first thing I want to talk about is the decor. What did I think of the decor of this ship? I did not think it was overly dated. You could tell that obviously it's a ship that is older. Carnival Liberty is not a newer ship, it's an older ship, but I didn't think that it was overly dated. I felt like they are keeping the ship up as well as they can. And so I didn't come in here looking like, oh man, I wish I was on a newer ship. I know some people could get spoiled with newer ships, but I didn't come in here thinking like, man, I wish I should have done a newer ship, because you're missing that. I have done Mardi Gras, I have done Celebration, so I have done newer Carnival ships, and I can still appreciate older ships like Carnival Liberty. And so I felt like the decor was fine. I don't think it was overly dated. Now let's go into the things that people also really want to know about: the food. And so I always say that food is really subjective, right? Based upon flavors, based upon taste, based upon what you really like. And so therefore I went to the dining room. There were some hit and misses as usual, but then there's Guy Fieri's burger on here, the blue iguana for the tacos. There's so much food. There's a barbecue place on here as well. There is pizza, the seafood shack, sushi express. There is so much food that you can have. When it comes to the specialty restaurants, there really was just a Diamond Steakhouse. On other ships it may be the Fahrenheit 555. A la carte would be the sushi, so if you want sushi you would have to pay for it as well, but they don't really consider that like a specialty restaurant. So it's limited in terms of the specialty restaurant. There is no Cucina del Capitano on this ship, so there's no Italian restaurant on this ship. And so if you're looking for more of a specialty restaurant that you would like to go to, maybe more than one night, instead of just going to the dining room or the buffet, you may have to just settle for the steakhouse. And so I went to the steakhouse and I enjoyed the steakhouse, and it was a good meal. And so just know that there's not a lot of specialty restaurants on this ship, but they do have a good amount of options to eat from. Tea time is also here that they also have on Sea Day. Now let's go to the entertainment. Now there's so much entertainment, I just have to look at it before I forget. And so there is the Liberty Rock Band. So I'm not sure from ship to ship who the entertainment will be, but they have Liberty Rock Band. There was an individual that was on the steel drums. There was an individual that was on the guitar and singing. They have the individual in the piano bar. There's trivia. There was Deal or No Deal tonight. There was the Mega Deck party. There was the 80s party. This is a 3-day cruise. And so there was all of these things that they had going on. And let me not forget, the Playlist Productions was going on. And so they packed it full of entertainment for you. So you can never say that you were bored. Whether you did not want to do something or go to something, you really could not say that you were bored. I was not bored, right? They have the Groove for St. Jude as well. So there's so many different things. There's the pools, there's the hot tubs, and so many different things also for the kids, the kids to go for and their clubs. And so I feel like it was very entertaining. Sometimes you think that it's a short cruise that you may not get as much. And so there's no Family Feud. So if you're looking for Family Feud, there's no Family Feud, but they had Deal or No Deal. And so I think that one of the tips that I would like to say, I was able to find on the internet. I just searched like the itinerary for different ships in terms of what type of parties they would have, because there were people that knew what they needed to wear tonight. They were dressed in 80s attire. And sometimes I used to come on ships and did not know what party they had. I would just bring white just in case they had a white party, and I did not know. So do your research when you're coming on these ships. So the 3-day cruise, unless it changes, I'm telling you now that what they had was a mega deck party. What they had was the 80s party. And so those were there was no white party on this 3-day cruise. And so you just need to be able to know that obviously they have the sail away party. All of the Carnival ships always have the sail away party, and so that's kind of just jumps you in, getting you for you to know what's going on. The playlist production singers was just, I thought they were good. Some of them, I felt like on this ship the females were more powerful as singers. One particular, she just blew me away. And so just like anything else, you may come later on and thought they were horrible because they change out singers from time to time. And so just know that my experience may be different from your experience when it comes to the entertainment. And so also they had The World Works Here. And so it's a show that's really, they've been really trying to do on a lot of the ships. It's kind of recent in the last year or so. And so just kind of explore the fact of all of the people that are on the ship and the nationalities, and you get to see that their flags are represented. They bring the kids and get the kids involved. And so I really like seeing that show. And so that was on here as well. You know, they also have the comedians. So it's packed full of entertainment. 3 days, all that stuff. It may come to the point where you can't even do everything. Like, you really have to choose, what do you want to do? Where do you want to go? And remember, there's a port day. So, and our port day was really long. I'm not sure if this is something they're continually going to do, but our port day was long. It was 10 to 7. And I don't remember ever being in Nassau for that length of a time. So we were really in the port. Also, another thing that you need to know, now this is going into just tips and things that you need to know. At one point we stopped in the water, like we were not moving at all, to the point where I was looking at forums and things on Facebook, and people were like asking what's going on, is somebody sick, what is happening? I've never had it where the ship just came to a full stop. And so, and what was happening is that we figured that we were moving too fast. We couldn't get to Orlando too soon, so they just kind of stopped in the middle of the ocean and just kind of stayed there before they started to move again. And so if that happens to you, just let it be known that it's something that they may do from time to time if they feel that they're going to get to the port too quickly. And so what I want to discuss then is, would I do it again? Would I do Carnival Liberty again? I don't even want to talk about the cruise director, because the cruise director, I thought, I had him last year. And so the reason why I'm mentioning the cruise directors is because a lot of times cruise directors on Carnival are really the ones that bring the fun. They are the orchestrators of the fun. And so I had him last year, and Stefan is his name. He's much better than he was last year. And so I think that in spite of him, I think like just the ship itself, especially if they're gonna pack it in for these 3 days, if they're gonna pack it in for these 3 days like it is, if they do have longer cruises in the future or whatever the length of cruises they do have and they do run, I could just imagine then maybe they would bring on the Family Feud, and they would just do different things, and there would be more parties. Maybe some ships have Motown parties. They have the white parties. So they have neon parties. And so it would just be more parties at the end of the night, of course, and then you would have more itineraries. So I would do the Carnival Liberty again. I'm not necessarily a fan of sailing out of Orlando because of the fact that it takes extra effort to get here. Like I had to do GoPort. You know, it wasn't just a cab ride. Like when I fly into Miami and stay in an airport in Miami, or stay at a hotel in Miami, all I have to do is take a cab ride, maybe 15, 20 minutes, less than that, and I'm at the port. Just took me 45 minutes with GoPort Plus because they had to pick up individuals. And so for the right itinerary or so, if I really want to have a specific itinerary, it would just really encouraged me to go on this ship out of Orlando. But this was a solo cruise for me, but I did meet up with friends. So, you know, something when you're meeting up with friends is just like, it's convenient, whatever is convenient for your friends and the timing of your friends. So you're going to make those adjustments anyway. But I would do it again. I wouldn't have an issue with this ship specifically. I thought it was a nice ship, and I thought that the staff was very polite. I didn't have any issues with any of the staff, the waiting staff, the room steward. I didn't have any issues at all. And so no issues with my room as well. It's, you know, it's an older ship, no issues with my room. So if you have done it before, let me know your comments about it. If you had some issues, let me know of your comments as well. And so, but in the meantime, family, can you do me a favor? Can you like, comment, and subscribe? Click on the notification bell to be informed of future posts. Guess what, family? It is free of charge to do so, and it will greatly help my channel. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, and until next time, happy travels.